Every minute outdoors is so much more fun when we think of every single thing we see as a clue and a sign and part of our map. I'm Tristan Gooley, the Natural Navigator, and I research, teach and write books about the clues and signs we can find in nature. What I'd like to do is show you how, with a little bit of curiosity, every single thing we see outdoors is a clue. It's trying to tell us something. What we've got here is a wonderful example of the tree spreading out lots of roots to give it stability and anchor it against the prevailing winds. We get most of our strong winds from the southwest, so when we see the roots spreading out like this, it's a clue that southwest is probably out this way. I'm in the middle of a very, very small wood here, but it's just big enough for me to show you the way we can use tree bark to make a map. We've got a beech tree here, really smooth bark. And smooth bark is a sign of a tree that is very social and gregarious, and it wants to grow with lots of other trees of its kind, typically in the shelter of the heart of a woodland. But if we head over here, much rougher bark, in this case of a maple tree, which thrives closer to the edge of the woodland. Rough bark is a sign of a tree that expects to be exposed to the elements, so they're much more common on trees at the edges of woodland or standing on their own. We've got lots of stinging nettles here, and many people think of stinging nettles as just weeds, but every plant can be part of our map. Stinging nettles don't grow just anywhere. They're telling me there have been lots of people or animals on this spot. Stinging nettles need lots of nutrients like phosphates to thrive, and people and animals change the soil, making it richer in these phosphates. So they're a strong sign people and animals have been busy on this spot. Trees have two types of leaf. They have shade leaves and sun leaves, and we find different leaves on each side of the tree. So if I reach in here and grab one of these leaves, and then what I've got here is a shade leaf, which is more common on the shady north side of the tree, and a sun leaf. Notice how the sun leaf is smaller and it's paler in colour. The shade leaf is bigger and much darker because the tree is trying to harvest more sunlight in a shady spot. Every path we walk on is full of the wisdom of those who've gone before us. If we're on a small path and it meets a bigger path, it's always worth pausing and looking for a curve, because that will tell us the most likely direction of civilization. If we're on a small path and we see it curving one way as it meets a bigger path, that's telling us the likely direction of the nearest town or village. And I'm going to follow this one.